part 2 of the engine build. Yeah, got to start by installing a block guard and showing you the parts I've cleaned to go in the engine. Obviously, as they were all old parts, so I've just cleaned them up to go into the new engine. But this is where we are now. Yeah, all the parts cleaned up there best I could. Now I'm going to install the block guard wherever I put it. Oh, it's down there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now quickly. Just tap that in, get the block ready for the build. Alright, clean the old oil squirters. They're all like new. Properly clean them. Got the block guard installed. Yeah, she's all in there. So that should do a bit of a job. And then, yeah, now I'm going to flip it up and look to get the squirters installed, then maybe get the crank in and then go from there. I might just do a little time lapse for you guys as I'm doing it. So, yeah, I want to get on with it and get it built because I'm sick of it taking up my whole kitchen. So, there we go. Right, I've got the oil squirters installed, sorry. Yeah, they're all in, so now what I'm going to do is get a little time lapse going on me doing the bearings and that. As I've already been measured at the machine shop. So I'll be honest, this time I ain't going to plastic gauge it, I'm just going to go by the machine shop's measurements. So I'll see what gripping force they've got, or clamping force should I say.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now. What?
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
Is that all you got?
Let's begin now.
What up? Oh, for sure.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
Is that all you got?
Let's begin now.
What up?
Right guys, it's the next day. See that little time lapse of me putting the bottom end together. Yeah, I had a look after, obviously, because when I put the bolts in the cradle and the end caps, obviously I didn't put no, well, people put oil on it, I put a bit of assembly lube on it. Either way, works the same thing. But when I took it out, because obviously I was just test fitting it, when I took it out and then I put the assembly lube on and tightened the bolts to the spec, the crank was pretty tight. Didn't want to move at all. So I'm like, well, that's binding bad. So what I done was obviously eliminated it bit by bit. Turned out it was the end caps, something wrong with the end caps. Measured the bearing within specs of the crank. Obviously the crank got ground because it had a problem, but I got the right bearings for the right crank. So I sort of plastic gauged it, and it was too tight. So I didn't know what was wrong. I'm thinking, what's wrong here? I was thinking, how can this be happening? Obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm not a complete best engine builder in the world. I've built engines, built quite a few, but obviously I'm not a specialist in building engines. I've never worked in a machine. I worked in a former shop, but I've never worked in a machine shop or nothing like that. So I won't call me a specialist. So, but anyway, I went through everything I know. Turns out the old bolts in the end caps were like, because they were rusty out in the garden or whatever, and when I cleaned them up, I cleaned up fine, but they were just like 2 threads shorter. So I was like, could that make a difference? Well, anyway, get to the point. I put in I had 4 other new bolts, should I say, for the end cranks. Put them in. Obviously checked all the crank, everything again. Checked all the bearings. Sorry, there was a little bit of like where it was binding, where I was trying to force it. No damage to them, just taking sort of the top layer off the bearing, where obviously you get that coat when they're brand new. But yeah, obviously changed the bolts, torqued it back up to spec, and yeah, it's tight still, but I plastic gauge it, check it's within tolerance. But it's like the upper limit, so it's really tight in there. But I suppose where the crank's been ground, obviously I've got bigger bearings, it is a little bit tight. So yeah, so obviously, but it's within spec, so obviously it's a bit hard for you to turn with your hand. But if you get something on the flywheel side, you turn it quite freely, you can't do it with your bare hands, which is, I think, to me it feels fine, and it's within spec as a plastic gauge. So yeah, I had a little issue with that. Didn't bother filming it because I thought I want to get to the bottom of it and get it done, as obviously it's in my kitchen. So yeah, I said it's all together now. Let's try and show you in a minute. So basically, hang on a minute, because I ain't got the correct pin for this. So as you can see, it turns. Sorry about the filming, it's a nightmare, but yeah, as you can see, that the crank, it's turning nice. So it is within spec. So this is not the best thing to turn it really, but yeah, you can see. Whoops, one finger on it. It's nice and easy, but that'd be Lewis just turning up to help me. But anyway, look, one finger, one thumb. There's no pressure there, really. It's nice. So Just gonna go and answer the door, give me 2 seconds. So yeah, as you see, the crank spinning nicely now, finally. Had to machine the pistons a bit. Probably thinking, what the hell? But I'm leaving the cap, if you can see in there. Either side. Basically, the rods didn't fit in with a pin. They're just too big. The rods are obviously big. And I don't know why they didn't fit, but the fact is they didn't. I've machined them, so they now fit perfect and freely. There's no binding, there's no rubbing, there's nothing. They fit freely. So now what I'm going to do is I'll put time lapse on. I'm going to get all the pistons in for you. Look who's turned up. Finally got out of bed, look. So, yeah, we're going to crack on. bottom end all together. Well, I say all together, but the main things, the rods, main caps, all torqued down to spec. And I'll be honest, it was a bit of a nightmare. I had a few niggly problems doing it. But we got there in the end, nothing major. As you can see, it's all in there. And I think just me getting stressed over it was making stuff a lot worse. But yeah, as you can see, the bottom end's practically together now. I think now's the time I took the engine out of the car because I need loads of other bits from the old engine. I need a seal, and I need a seal for this side, a crank seal, and I need the oil pump bolts. Yeah, so I'm gonna crack on with it now. Got Lou Boy here, he's gonna do it all with his bare hands. Good boy, good lad.
Got good for a haircut.
Right guys, today's the next day. Now I'm gonna crack on with this, as I'll show you. Yeah, we're gonna now take us all out. So you just jacked it up. I'm gonna put the axle stands in, get all the shafts out. And yeah, basically get the whole bottom undone, all the traction bar off. Get all the rest of that spaghetti junction undone under there. And then drop it out on the floor. So, I think Lewis will be here soon. But I've got to crack on, I've got to get this done because I need to finish this engine. So, bear with me guys. And she's out. There's a carve out sole. And there's a broken sole. So yeah, what we're going to do is take the box off out here. I might even strip the block out here quickly as well, just to make it easier. And then yeah, get obviously all the bits I need off of it for the other engine. And then yeah, once the other engine is built, I've got to give these wires a clean up. As you can see, there's oil everywhere from where the bottom end blew out. But yeah, see, we're getting it done. We're getting it done. You know how we do. Got the gearbox off now. Check in. We just realised how bad it was. If you Lewis puts his head down a bit, I could see him through there. That is what you call smash. That is damage, boy.
Well, it's a bits everywhere.
Look at that. It's just, that is what you call the full damage. Let me get a proper view. Wow. That went kada bim, kada bab bab boom.
Bibbidi babbidi.
So yeah, look at that. Wow, that's caused some serious carnage. Jesus. But yeah, we're going to strip it down quickly, even though it's raining, so we can get the bits out to build the new one. Let's go. And here's the damage. That's the state of it, look. Wow, there is damage going on here, damage limitations. Look at that. Yeah, even oh, it's just mashed. So yeah, I was hoping to use some bits off the bottom end. Don't look like we can use them. I'm going to take the crank out though, when the squirters and every little bit I can keep for spares and use. And but yeah, I wanted the tray, and obviously I knew it was going to be damaged, we didn't know how bad, but obviously yeah, it's a bit fucking bad. So, and the sump's got a bloody little nick in it there. So,
Still gonna send it.
and it looks like it's a cigar coming out. I'll get it sorted, guys. Right, as you can see, guys, progress is getting there. All pumps on. Now I'm gonna put a brand new water pump on. So brand new one, as you can see, out of the packet. You're gonna get that on. Got the other crank seal on. Yeah, got a slight problem. I've got a few bits to fit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whack all this out quickly, and then once I've cleaned all that up and fitted this all in, I'm gonna explain the situation. It's nothing major though. Right, yeah, so I've got as far as I can physically get. What I need is, I believe it's called a windage tray. Might be wrong, but some reason in my head it's called a windage tray. but I'll show you what I mean anyway. So yeah, the engine's together practically. Just getting obviously all the water pipe, all the I forget the name in there, God. The sandwich plate, that's it. Obviously for the turbo feed, sandwich plate, and obviously the breather, that's in there as well. Got obviously bolted down yet. Water pipes on, all new seals. New water pump, sealed. Oil pump, very low mileage, and shimmed it, as you guys see. So yeah, what I need is this. Right, hang on a minute, bear with me. Apologise about the background noise. That's what happens when you build engines in your kitchen. But when you ain't got a garage, it's unfortunately what's got to be done. So hang on. Right, okay. Right, so what it is, oops. I had obviously the tray I need. As I said, I believe it's called a Windows tray. Might be wrong, people probably laughing, but I'm sure in my head it was called that. Anyway, yeah, I need a tray that goes over the bottom. I had one, I thought it was for a B18, but I don't think it was, because it don't go over that part, go over the girdle. So it might be a B16 or a C6 or something else. But yeah, so a bit disappointing. So if anyone's got one, drop me a message. Obviously UK, as close to Norfolk as possible. But yeah, I need one bad to get the engine back together. I've got to pick up, and obviously the other tray off the old engine. Well, I think you see it earlier on in the video, it's completely trashed. So yeah, so I've got as far as I can get. Obviously got the seal on, new crank seal on this side, all clean, all sealed. Little bit of a sealant on there, not too much, because obviously you don't want to clog up things. I set the oil pumps on properly, tiny bit of sealant on that as well. But yeah, so we are progressing, guys. And the crank at the other one seems fine to me, believe it or not, after that big blowout. But obviously if you want to use it anyway, you're going to have to get it balanced, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this video out now as part 2 of the build. As obviously it's going to go on for probably another 2 days, and obviously there's going to be so much footage, so I'm just going to pack it into one video. But yeah, oh yeah, and the sump was damaged, so I'm going to look for a new sump. It can be repaired. Lou Boy's going to probably repair it, put a little weld in it. It's got a tiny little hole, I mean tiny little hole, and it's straight, it's not out, so yeah, it might be repairable. Obviously not ideal, but if I can't get one, it's there. So yeah, so obviously that's the end of part 2 for you guys. I'm going to close it out now. As I said, like just missing them bits. Once they're here, we'll be good to go. So keep watching, guys. Make sure you got subscribe on that, like, subscribe, share. As I said, appreciate all you. Hit that notification bell, and obviously follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well. Boosted Developments. I'm going to put a link up now. Thanks a lot, guys.